Mayor Tom Arsenault joins us in studio right now with more details on the project. Thank you so very much for being with us.
It's my pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, first question is, so what is next? And we both know the big question on everybody's mind, who is it? When will we know?
Well, I'm not sure who it is, except I know it's somebody big. And I think that they certainly are capable of pulling off the project, and I am very excited about it. You know, yesterday was a necessary but not sufficient condition. They had to get what they call entitlements, that is the right to do everything that they need to do for the project. And obviously, if we had not given them, then we were out of the running completely. So we should have a fairly smooth path toward a decision that we hope will come sometime in the first quarter of next year.
Any idea on a timeline on with this project, if that decision comes on how long this could take before we finally start seeing shovels in the ground?
Our experience is the shovels in the ground should come very quickly after a decision. Obviously, a lot of engineering. You know, you go from a rendering to actual plans. You know, every plot of land is a little different than another, and so I'm not sure to what extent they have actually gone on the ground. But if I recall right, special exception uses have sunset provisions. And so it would have to be something done within those sunset provisions. And my recollection is it's 6 months or 180 days.
So these data centers require a lot of water. And of course, we have a water and sewerage infrastructure that needs a lot of work,
right,
and it's going to take a lot of dollars. How is this project going to impact that infrastructure and what we need to do to it? Is it going to help it, or is it going to hurt it?
Well, ultimately, it's going to help it because it's going to provide a significant amount of additional revenues for us. But we have the infrastructure to deliver the water, and we have the infrastructure to take the wastewater away, except for the actual delivery to the site. All of that is going to be done by the developer. So all that, the citizens of Shreveport, the ratepayers of Shreveport will not have to pay for any of that. And that's really what the protection is against future rate increases related to this project. What I anticipate is that the need for additional rate increases will be smaller because of the additional net revenues that will come in from this project by the sale of water. And so then the next question is, what about capacity? Our capacity, we can produce about 78 million gallons of water a day out of Cross Lake. In the summertime, we use about 55 million gallons in the dead of the summer. So we have enough excess capacity, even if they take 7.5 million, which is the maximum under the water contract that they would be able to take. They pay for everything at the higher levels of water quantity. They would have to build an additional elevated water tower for West Shreveport, and that would serve not just them, it would serve everybody in West Shreveport, which would preserve and actually enhance water pressure in West Shreveport.
Mayor, real quick, NDAs have been at the source of this entire project so far. And a lot of information has not been able to be given to the public about exactly how this was going to go forward. A lot of folks in power have had that information, but have not been able to disclose it to the public. A lot of the folks who have come out in opposition, a lot of folks have said, well, maybe you didn't necessarily know about all of the benefits of it. Moving forward, how does the city plan to be more transparent with folks about how this is going to move forward and the impacts that a lot of folks say that they are concerned about, and how do you put those to rest?
Well, anytime you have a company that is coming to the city, they have a reasonable expectation to protect their proprietary information. And if they are competing with other companies, if they are competing with other locations, they don't want their proprietary information about their project leaked to someone else. Once they provide it to us, and we're not under an NDA, then a public records request discloses all that. In fact, I understand that we lost a project that went to Longview precisely because of that kind of a circumstance. So this is part of the process. These are private companies that we're dealing with. They haven't made a decision to be here. This is a huge decision. And what we have to do is to let our constituents know that yes, you elected us to look at this information and to make decisions. This is not something that we make a decision by poll. It's a decision that we are entrusted with, and we do the very best we can to look at that. That's why I looked carefully at the objections that people were raising and provided information relating to those objections.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us this
Sure.
evening.
Always good to have you on, Mayor, for the conversation. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.